So it's been 1 month since I've been to the Philippines. I've spent the last 3.5 weeks editing all my vlogs so you guys can see my journey and a chance for me to share my experiences with you. And I thought I would do a little bit of a reflections video to talk about my time in the Philippines, having seen a lot of your comments on the vlogs recently anyway, plus just to wind down this whole trip actually. So what better way to talk about the trip than to start at the beginning? So obviously my trip didn't go to a good start. I was mentally in a bad place because I was thinking about all the things I had planned and worrying about being on my own, how I was going to film all these vlogs, how I was going to stay safe. And obviously you guys know that I had a few phone calls to make, and thankfully I had Lelaine and Mark, who were there pretty much all my time there, to be honest. So that was such a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. But it wasn't until I landed that things started to improve for me. But I had a very long flight and obviously a lot of things to think about and stuff. So I was still, you know, as I said earlier, mentally in not a great place. But when I landed, it was all really good. I met up with Elaine and Mark and Marvin, and we just kind of gelled so fast and so easily. We got on so well. We visited Okada with the intention of seeing the fountain show, but unfortunately the time that we arrived there, it had already finished, so I didn't get to see that, unfortunately. But we did have a walk around, had a look at the casino, didn't gamble, but we just had a look around. And then, I think actually before then, we went to Jollibee. I know in the vlogs, the Jollibee vlog came out after our trip to Okada, but chronologically, Jollibee was just before Okada. And Jollibee, oh, I tell you what, I got so excited when I saw my first Jollibee, just driving down the road, and I was like, Jollibee! Having seen all the commercials and just hearing about what Jollibee means to you guys in the comment sections on those videos really made me kind of hyped to see it. So they were everywhere, you know, every corner pretty much, everywhere we visited, there's always a Jollibee that we drove past. So it was nice to see it pop up just when you need it. So that was our first meal, went to Jollibee, tried the foods. And then began my first full day, where we visited Intramuros. There's a lot of history there, there's a lot to be seen, and I could have spent even more time than I did just having a look around. I think the reason we spent only half a day seeing stuff around Intramuros, we were actually going to go to a park nearby as well, Luneti, can't remember, one of those, but time was of the essence, and we had plans to go out on the evening for a meal at Manam. So obviously traffic is a delight in Manila, so we had to really consider time and getting places. So we had to cut that day a little bit short, but then came Manam. It was so amazing, the food was incredible, the staff was so amazing, and I had such a great time trying different foods. It was nice to try a different palette for a change, and you know, it was really nice, I enjoyed it. And then came probably one of my longest and most memorable days. I had very little sleep. I woke up at, I think, 5:15, something ridiculous. Got ready and out the door, and we were at Project Pearls doing some volunteer work for the children. That was a bit of an eye-opener for me, just not so much, what you saw in that room that we were in was just full of children and stuff, but to get to that room you had to walk through a community, and it was really sad to see that the conditions in that community was really poor. You know, we're talking like people foraging food out of bins, cooking, making fires, literally in the streets. I mean, the children and what we did at Project Pearls was just one aspect of it. I mean, it would be great if we could do something to help the community as a whole, really. And then, of course, following that was the meet and greet at Jollibee. I get to meet a lot of subscribers. Unfortunately, the turnout wasn't as great as I was hoping. I know a lot of you guys had problems with either transport, distance, the journey time. So I reckon about 30% of the people that bought tickets came. It is what it is. Maybe next time we do meet and greet, hopefully you can make it that time and we'll have another sing-song together. Maybe I'll choose a different song and then go the distance. Maybe I won't. But it was great to meet the people that came and have some photo opportunities, sign a few things, and it's always great to see the people behind the screen names. And then came Regine's concert, which was the purpose of my trip. It was always about organising my travel around Regine's 30th concert. And yeah, the first 10 minutes I was just giddy with excitement. I was so excited, and the atmosphere was absolutely electrifying. When Regine waved at me, I was I was so overwhelmed. Like, you see my eyes tearing up there. I was so overwhelmed. It was so exciting, and I was so thrilled that she waved at me. But meeting her was just lucky. The right place, the right time. And I think, as I think I said in the video actually, doing YouTube probably really helps, because people in production knew who I was, and it was, just trying to get connections made and trying to get me in there. And sure enough, it happened. And well, you know the story about how I met Regine. It was unbelievably embarrassing when I blurted out my tears, and oh my God. But I wouldn't change it for the world. The following day, on Sunday 22nd, we ventured off to MOA, the SM Mall of Asia, just to have a wander around the shops and stuff. To be fair, we didn't spend a lot of time in the shops. We just spent a lot of time just wandering about, looking for some food. And we ventured off to the seaside near MOA, just to chill out. And I actually really enjoyed it there. It was so relaxing, the atmosphere was lovely. It was also that day that I collected my tickets for R30 for that evening on the Sunday, which I was giving away to the winners of the raffle from the meet and greet. And then I remembered as well, I forgot to claim my CDs, the one that you can see just here, because the platinum tickets included the CDs, and I, in excitement of meeting Regine and stuff, I completely forgot to claim. So we went back to MOA to go and get my CDs. And then after we left there, we were going to head to the karaoke bar. And I had a text from Miko to say, come to SMX to meet Morissette. And I was like, wow, we are just right near it. So we went to the SMX convention centre, had to wait around for Morissette, met Katrina by chance, and then Morissette, and they were both so lovely. I felt like I couldn't speak to Katrina for very long because she had just come out of the room after performing. I guess she wanted to get back to her room to change or to relax. And obviously being out in the midst of everybody, I felt, she might want some privacy in that. So I kind of let her go off for a little bit. But Morissette was more than happy to meet me. She was so welcoming, warm. She was beautiful. She was so friendly. Oh man. She's an absolute delight. I recommend, if you're ever going to watch Morissette's concert, or if you happen to see Morissette or know where she's going to be, find the time to talk to her, because she's so hospitable, so generous. I think she is the epitome of what an artist should be like. Outstanding at singing and outstanding as a person. And then came what I would consider the most embarrassing part of my trip, the karaoke night. I'm no singer, never claimed to be a singer. Those of you who are new to my channel won't know that, but I've always been saying, I can't sing, I'm terrible at singing. The question would be then, why did I host a karaoke night? And the reason is this: karaoke is so central to what makes you Filipino. It's part of your family, it's part of your culture. To go all that way and to learn about your cultures and to dive into what makes the Philippines, I couldn't not host it. I had to do it. I needed to see what it was like and what it meant to you guys. And obviously, hosting an event like that, I couldn't not sing either. So I had to pick songs that I thought would be quite fun. The Aerosmith didn't go down that well. Don't wanna close my eyes, I don't wanna fall asleep, 'cause I'd miss you, babe, and I don't wanna miss a thing. With me anyway, everyone else seemed to enjoy it. But the songs I tend to sing are quite old-fashioned, because they are the sort of songs that I think best suit my voice. There'd never be another love, another time. But you never know, maybe I'll sing something else next time. So Monday came along, and we were so tired that day. We got up to Robinson's Nova Leeches. As I think it was like an hour and a half drive or something ridiculous, and we were so tired. It was yawning our faces off for the best part of the day. And then when the Wish bus did arrive, I don't know, I think we all sort of perked up a little bit. Didn't seem to yawn that I can remember. And I met the guys behind Wish, sat on the bus, and had an interview with UNTV. So if you're watching the video and you're wondering the woman who's interviewing me, who she is, and you know, that kind of stuff, they were interviewing me for UNTV. And then Robin came. I met Robin, we had a bit of a chat, and then we were on air, only on Wish 107.5, which I requested to do because I just wanted to do that. And what was funnier was that I'd already arranged to meet Bugoy that day, or the next day anyway, but I didn't know until a few days before my guesting on Wish that Bugoy was going to be on the Wish bus as well, and I was like, this is incredible. So I met Bugoy on the Wish bus, and sure enough, he was performing on the Wish bus, so we got to listen to him live, and I obviously did a live reaction video whilst he was there as well, so that was kind of cool. Tuesday came around, we started packing my suitcases because I had way too much luggage than I had space for, or weight for. Me and Bugoy exchanged a few messages and stuff, and we met up at Greenbelt. We were going to visit Manam again to eat there, but I think Bugoy had some other ideas because I think Manam was on a different Greenbelt. It's like Greenbelts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. I think Manam was on a different Greenbelt. So we went to another place which was just a short walk away. Ate there, we had a good conversation, learning about how Bugoy became a singer, his background in the whole industry and stuff, which was really interesting to learn. And then following that, we went go-karting, and I completely thrashed them. I'm a bit of a go-kart enthusiast. I do like my Formula 1, so I'm quite competitive, and it was good fun. We decided to try a balut, which was something I wanted to do. But then when it came to it, I was like, do I want to try this? Literally moments before I was going to get the taxi home to the airport, and I was like, I can't come and not try it. So I tried balut, and it actually wasn't too bad. It tasted pretty good. The look of it looks scary as hell, but you know, you just get on with it. Tasting it was fine. The vinegar and the salt probably really helped as well. And then the chicken intestines, pork skin and stuff, or pig skin, no issues at all, so that was tasty. Once I got home, I managed to unwrap all my gifts. My intention was to unwrap the gifts while I was in the Philippines, but I just had no time to do it. I was only there for 5 days, and I was just so busy every single day doing stuff. There was just no time. So I got home, and I have to say, the gifts have been wonderful. Some of the gifts are here now behind me. There's a couple of mugs here, a load of Regine albums. There's some stuff on this shelf here. There's stuff as well I've got to hang on a wall, but I've yet to decide which wall and actually put them up, so they'll be dotted about the place. But I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's been generous to buy me a gift. There really was no need, but I know you guys are all keen to give me something, so it was a lovely gesture and it's on display, so thank you so much for those. And lastly, there was the tasting of Filipino snacks. Again, no time to do them in the Philippines, so I had to do them here. And it was nice trying the different foods. It was lovely to dive into some of the more savoury and sweet stuff that you guys have, that we don't have in the UK. So it was nice to try the different stuff that you have. I'm looking at them now thinking, So all in all, my trip itself has just been jam-packed in 5 days. I've had an incredible time. Oh, I almost forgot. I have a huge announcement to make. My wife and I are booked to come to the Philippines next year in 2018.
I'll be there someday if I